God's grace.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction.
And who was speaking?
God's grace.
Oh, God's grace. What wasn't you the one who was saying it?
Yes, ma'am.
It was you. Okay, let's go to Esihle. Esihle, what do you understand by Botmas?
By what, ma'am?
Botmas.
Bodmas?
Mm-hmm.
It is a Sorry. Oh,
Wanda, make sure that your mic is muted all the time. So you don't have to unmute your mic. You only unmute if you want to say something, okay? Wanda Kunene, please make sure that your mic is muted all the times. The next time when you unmute, I'm going to remove you in here. Okay, let's go to Nell. Nell, what do you understand by the term Botmas? Nell,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you understand by the term? Is it Botlali? What do you understand by the term Botmas?
Ma'am, I think BODMAS is the order of operation in which we solve sums.
Okay, what does Botmas stand for?
Brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction.
Okay, thank you, Nell. Charisma, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Charisma, what do you understand by Botmas? Or what does
Ma'am, what I
Botmas stand for you?
Ma'am, I understand that BODMAS is like a mathematical, it's an order of like in a mathematical of operations for us to solve equations.
Perfect. Lemuel, are you still there? Lemuel? Okay, no problem. It's okay. I'm gonna share my screen now. Just let me know. Everybody that answered is correct. So let me try to share my screen and we're gonna apply Botmas here. And make sure that your mic is muted all the times unless if you want to say something. Okay? And this is the first part that I want us to focus on. Number 2, and then we're going to go to other ones. Remember, we're going to calculate without the use of a calculator. Ne? Without the use of a calculator. So that means you must not be having your calculators next to you. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Perfect.
ma'am.
So the first one that we are having here is 2a, and remember, Botmas is something that you're gonna carry throughout your mathematical entire life, your mathematical life. Ne? So for as long as you'll be living and working with numbers, you will always working with multiplications, addition, subtraction, brackets, and everything. You always work with Botmas. So the first one that we're having here is A2A says 6 multiplied by 5 plus 5. So, but before you give me the answer for that, I just want to ask, what are we going to start with? What is it that we're going to start with? Are we going to multiply 6 with 5 and then add a 5, or are we going to add 5 and a 5 and multiply whatever that we get when we add 5 and 5 and multiply it with 6? Or what is it that we're going to do?
Ma'am, we'll first say 6 times 5, ma'am. We'll start by multiplying and then we're going to add. So when we say 6 times 5, we're going to get our answer, and then the answer we're going to say plus 5.
And then why, who's talking?
Charisma, ma'am.
Oh, charisma. Okay, and why are we multiplying 6 and a 5 before we can add the 5?
Because in BODMAS, multiplication comes before addition.
Perfect. Multiplication comes before comes before the addition. So we don't have brackets, we don't have divisions, we don't have we do have multiplication. So we're gonna start with multiplying. So that means our 6 multiplied by 5, how much is it gonna be, Charisma?
Ma'am, is it 30?
I think it's 10. Don't you think it's 10?
Ma'am, it's 30.
Okay, it's 30. Now that you show 30, and then we're gonna add with 5. How much are we gonna have?
35.
Perfect. So the answer for this one is going to be a 35, like that, but it's too big for this. So 35. And that was Charisma. Thank you, Charisma. And your answer is correct. Now let's go to B. B says 5 plus 4, multiply it by 9. And let's go to somebody that's different. Let's try, I think I saw Lemuel. Lemuel, how are we going to do this one? 5 plus 4 multiplied by 9. Okay, Lemuel is offline. God's grace.
Ma'am, we're going to first multiply 4 by 9, which is 36.
5 plus 4 equal to 9. So like
Kwanta, you cannot talk when somebody's talking. You have to wait for somebody to stop talking. This goes to everyone. If somebody's answering, you respect them and let them finish. And then you'll say whatever that you need to say after, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And God's grace, just hold on. I'm gonna bring back the screen. I'm sorry about that. And we will continue. Okay, fine. Are you able to see God's grace? You said, what is it that we're gonna do?
We're going to first multiply 4 by 9, which is 36, and then we add 36 plus 5, which is 41, sorry.
41. And what's gonna be your reason before we go to the next, or before I confirm if it's correct? What's gonna be your reason? Why are we starting with a 4 multiplied by 9, but when the first sign that came here, it's a plus?
Ma'am, according to BODMAS, you need to do multiplication first before addition or subtraction. That's what I know, ma'am. You multiply first, then you add if there's an addition or subtraction.
Perfect. So it doesn't matter whether there's like subtraction started first on the thing, on the equation, or on the on the expression or whatsoever. You follow the BODMAS way. You don't start with what's given to you here. Okay, so I'm gonna ask everyone else, if you guys tried to calculate, is your final answer also 41, or do we have somebody who got a different answer?
Ma'am, I got 41.
And you are?
Charisma, ma'am.
Charisma. Okay. Okay, let's just move. I'll just assume that everybody got the same answer. But before we move, do we have any question? Anybody who doesn't understand?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's focus on C. C says 75 divided by 15 multiplied by 3. We have Butlali in here. Butlali, which one are we going to start with here? What are we going to do?
Ma'am, we're gonna start by saying 75 divided by 15 because, ma'am, division comes before multiplication. Then we're gonna get our answer of 4. Then we're gonna say 4 times 3 equals to 12.
You say we're going to have 4
Times 3 equals to 12.
Okay, so 75 divided by 15 is 4.
Sorry, ma'am, it's 5.
Okay, all right.
And then we're gonna say 5 times 3 is 15.
5 times 3 is 15, and that is absolutely correct because we're starting by dividing the 75 with the 15 because division comes before the multiplication on this bottomers, right? And the answer is going to be 15. And remember, if you're getting a different answer, you're welcome to say the answer that Butlali has given to us, or whoever would have given us the answer is wrong, so that we can check what could have probably went wrong, what you could have possibly done wrong, or what could have the person that answered could have probably done something wrong. Okay, did you guys get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Now let's move to D. D says 7 multiplied by 8 minus 6. And what's going to be the answer for this one? Let me see who's in here. Let me see who's in here. Tracy. Oh, we have Tracy. I see. Tracy, what are we going to do here? We're going to start with Tracy. Okay, I think I saw, what's that name? Okay, who answered the question? D?
Ma'am, I can do it.
And your God's grace?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah.
So, ma'am, we're going to say 7 times 8, which is 56, then 56 minus 6, which is 50. So our total answer will be 50, ma'am.
50. Now thank you, God's grace. Do we have somebody else who got a 50 as well? Or who got a different answer?
Ma'am, I got 50.
50, and you are Charisma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 50, I'll just believe in you guys because I trust you. To that point, let's go to E. Our E says 9
Ma'am?
multiplied. Yebo.
Ma'am, for D, I got a different answer.
For D, you got a different answer. What did you get, Botani?
Ma'am, I got 14.
14.
Ma'am, because I started by 8 minus 6 because, ma'am, subtraction. Never mind, ma'am.
Okay, so you saw your mistake. That's good. That's good. That's great. Let's go to E. E says 9 multiplied by 9 plus 19. And how are we going to do this one, Charisma?
You're going to say 9 times 9, which is 81, ma'am. Then you're gonna plus it with 19, which is going to be your answer will be 100.
Okay. Is everybody else getting 100? Could I also see 100?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, let's look at F. F says 50 multiplied by 8 minus 250. Buhlali, what is it gonna be? What's gonna be the answer?
Ma'am, we're gonna start by 50 times 8 because multiplication is before subtraction. Then we're gonna get our answer of 400. Then we're gonna say 400 minus 250, and we're gonna get our answer of 150.
Okay. And the final answer is 150.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is everybody else saying the final answer is 150, or do we have somebody who's getting a different answer?
I
Same
got
answer,
a
ma'am.
different answer.
And who's that? I think it's a
God's
different-
grace.
God's grace. Oh, God's grace. Okay, so everybody else got 150. And remember, I told you guys that BODMAS will be always applicable when you have to add, when you have brackets, when you have division, when you have multiplications, additions, and subtraction. So that means the BODMAS does not apply to primary studies. It also goes to high school, varsity, and workplaces. Ne? And so that means it's not going to be applicable on this part of the question that we just did now. It will also apply to the rest of the things that we're going to be doing, as we need to be calculating. Okay, and let's look at our 4. Our 4 here says 80 multiplied by is equals to 320. Before I get into it, do we have somebody who knows what we're gonna do to get the value of this unknown, the value of the box, of the number that's supposed to be here?
Ma'am, I
Me,
think
ma'am.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, say your names.
Mhm.
Butlali and who?
Charisma.
Charisma, and who else? God's grace.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. How are we going to do it?
Ma'am, isn't it 320 divided by 80?
That's nice. Everybody else thinks we're gonna do it this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Butlali? Butlali, do you think that's the way we're gonna do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Charisma,
Yes, ma'am.
Esihle,
Yes, ma'am.
Kwanda, do you think that's the way we're gonna do it? Kwanda Kunene. And we have Lemuel. Do you think that's how we're gonna do it? And
I think so.
no. Tracy. Yes, guys, that's how we're gonna do it. So if you have like an unknown like this one, they can put anything they want. They can even put a letter. And for as long as there's multiplication between, you can divide both sides to get rid of the 80, so that you have this is equals to, you have a box equals to whatever. So the aim when you're having something like this, when you have an unknown, this is what we call an unknown, because you don't know what's here. up until you calculate. So when you're given an unknown, you want to make sure that unknown is on the other side, and then the rest of the other things, the numbers are one side, so that you can get the value of the unknown when you are solving for unknown, or when you're trying to get the value of the unknown, right? So to get rid of the 80 that you're seeing here, because there's 80 multiplied by unknown, so you're going to divide with 80, both sides with 80. So basically you are dividing everything with 80. You're dividing this side with 80, and you're going to divide this side with 80 as well, okay? Then you're going to get rid of this 80. Then our box, or our known, is going to be equals to 320 divided by 80. And then the answer is going to be, guys, make sure that you keep your mic muted. No. Okay, what's gonna be 320 divided by 80?
Ma'am, I took away the 0 from 80 and I said 30 and the 0 from
Network.
32. So I said 32 divided by 8, which I got 4, and then I added the zeros, but I still got 4.
Ma'am, I also got 4.
And I also got 4.
So got a 4. Siba Congo, did you get a 4? Okay, seems like everybody got a 4. Guys, I don't know who keep on unmuting their mic. Okay, because I think I'm going to remove them, because there's like background noise and we don't want that here. Okay, I'm gonna bring back the screen now. Just hold some more. Okay, are you able to see? Are you all able to see?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And perfect. And if you want to prove if your answer is correct, you're going to say, you're going to calculate what is 80 multiplied by 4. So 80 multiplied by 4 must give you a 320. If you don't get a 320, then that means somewhere, somehow, you possibly did something the way you are not supposed to, okay? And our answer here is 4. Now let's move to B. B says 80 multiplied by is equals to 3,200. And I almost said 200 rands, but it's just the number. And let's go to SE here. What's going to be the answer, or what's going to be the procedure to get to the value of the unknown, which is this box that you've seen here? SE,
Ma'am,
mm-hmm.
ma'am, you're gonna divide the 80 by the 3,200. And you're gonna divide 3,200 by 80. Then your answer is gonna be 40.
So we have unknown being equals to 3,200 divided by 80. And you said the answer is
40, ma'am.
40. And is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Now let's move to C. Our C says multiplied by 80 is equal to 64,000. And let's see who's in here. We have Tracy. What's going to be the answer? What are we going to do? What's going to be the procedure? Tracy? Okay, let's move to Lemuel. What's going to be the answer? What's going to be the procedure? Okay. Kwanda. Okay, let's jump them. Okay, just want to check.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
what's gonna be the procedure here for C? What are we gonna
Wanda.
do?
Ma'am,
Yes.
Wanda have a problem of a network today. We're struggling for a network, so he is like he was not in a class.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Let's do charisma. What are we gonna do, charisma?
Ma'am, right, ma'am, we're going to say 64,000 divided by 80, which I got 800.
Ma'am,
Okay, charisma. You said what's your answer?
Ma'am, I got 800.
800.
Yes,
Okay, Bushali, how much did you get?
ma'am, I got 8,000.
8,000. So Bushali got 8,000 and Charisma got 800 and let's see. I'm trying to remember your name. God's Grace, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I got 800.
800. And how did you get your 800?
Ma'am, I divided 64,000 with 80.
Oh, divide 64. Butlali, how did you get to 8,000?
Ma'am, I added an extra 0, ma'am. The correct answer is 800.
The correct answer is 800. Okay, that's good. So you guys are saying we're going to divide by 80, and which is going to be 800. You guys got 800. That's good. Now let's go to D, which is okay, not the last one, but D, which is 64,000 divided by that unknown is equal to 8. And wait, let me see. I think I remember somebody that was answering here. Let me see. I just want to check the names in here. So we have, oh no, we have Tracy, we have Siba, we have God's Grace, Butlale, Emil, Essie, and Charisma. Let's see. Essie,
Ma'am,
what's gonna be the answer for D? Who's calling me?
I wanted to do it, ma'am, God's grace, but it's okay.
Okay, you can do it. God's Grace, no problem.
So, ma'am, 64,000 divided by 8, our answer will be 8,000.
64,000 divided by 8.
Yes, ma'am, my answer is 8,000.
Okay, 8,000. You say the answer is 8,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And let's see. Butlali, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I got 800.
800. Okay, who else? Charisma,
I got 8,000.
8,000. And everybody else got 800.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, it's Limo. I got 800.
It's who?
It's Limo. I got 800.
You got 800. And how did you get to 800?
To make it much easier, I cancelled a 0 from 64,000. It goes to divided by 8. I got 80. Then I added a 0 to my answer. I got 800.
Okay, so you're saying, can you say what you did again? I want to understand you. You're saying you canceled a zero from the 64,000 and
divided by 8, and I got 80, and I added a 0, but
Butlalia, what did you do to get to 800?
Ma'am, I wrote the correct answer in the chat.
And which is
8,000.
8,000. Okay. Now you don't cancel the zero because it's going to affect the whole thing, ne? And you are going to cancel a zero if there was a zero here. Okay. And we have the correct answer is going to be what you call 8,000 because we're going to divide. Okay, let me write it like this. 64, 1, 2, 3. 64,000 divided by unknown. It's like this, right? This is like the box that they're heading for us there. Okay, is equals to 80, right? So when it's like this, you want to make sure that this is at the top. It's going to be at the top, ne? And again, you want to make sure that it's alone so that you can have it here as the final answer saying the unknown is equals to whatever, whatever. So in this case, because you're having something like this, you're going to cross multiply because you want to get rid of this, ne? So you're going to cross multiply. So it's going to be 64,000 multiplied by 1. Because remember, if you're just having a number like this is not equals to 8, but equals to 8. Remember, when you're having a number, it's the same as divided by 1. I get, oh, a number like this one is the same as 8 to the power of 1 or 8 divided by 1 because it's still the same, okay? So it's like 81. We are cross multiplying here. So we're going to have 64,000 multiplied by the numerator of the denominator of the 8, which is 1, equal to 80 multiplied by the unknown. Guys, it's like this. Remember, anything multiplied by 1, it's that very same thing. So we can just cancel that. And then now to get rid of the 80, we're going to divide with 8. No, not 80, guys. It was 8, name. I made a mistake. It was 8. The final answer here is this one, which is 8. So it's like that. So we are dividing with 8. We're dividing with 8. But this 8 is going to cancel that one. So this unknown now is going to be equals to 8,000. And this is our final answer. Do we have any question? Are we all good?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And let's go to F. And let's go to F. Esihle, what's going to be the answer for F? What's going to be the value of unknown?
Ma'am, you divide 350 by 70.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm still working out the calculations, ma'am.
And okay, we'll just wait for your answer. Do you have somebody who already calculated while Esihle is still calculating?
Yes, ma'am. My answer is 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Your answer is?
5, ma'am.
Esihle, did you calculate? Are you still calculating?
Ma'am, I also got
Yeah.
5.
I'm finished, ma'am, and I got 5.
Everybody got 5, and I'm also getting a 5 on my side. And if there's somebody who's getting a different answer, you're welcome to say you got a different answer and you think ours is probably wrong. It's absolutely okay. And let's go to G. G, Charisma, what's going to be the answer?
Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, I got 90.
90. Okay. Anybody else? What did you get?
Ma'am, I also got a 90.
You also got a 90.
I also got 90, ma'am.
So everybody else got a 90. So the answer here is 90. And let's go to H. H is 70 multiplied by unknown is equals to 630. Let's go to God's grace.
Ma'am, I'm still calculating.
Okay, still calculating. Do you have somebody who's done calculating?
Ma'am, I got 9,000.
9,000. And is that God's grace?
No, ma'am, it's charisma.
Charisma. Okay. God's grace, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I also got the same 9,000.
9,000. Esihle?
Still calculating, ma'am.
9. Botlhale? Okay. Let's move to I. I says 180 divided by 90. Botlhale, how much did you get? Did you calculate for this already? Botlhale, are you still there? No, not here. And Patience, I see your mic is unmuted. Do you want to answer? What is 180
Ma'am,
divided by 9?
I can answer.
And you are?
Limuel, ma'am.
Oh, Lemuel. Okay, how much did you get, Lemuel? You can answer.
Ma'am, I got grace. I got 180.
You got 180.
Sorry,
180.
ma'am.
Okay. I was about to fight with you. Okay, how much did you get? What mistake did you make?
Ma'am, I think it's 2.
You think?
I'm not sure, ma'am.
We want people who are showing here.
Ma'am, ma'am, I got also 2, ma'am.
Do you think it's 2 or you're sure it's 2?
Ma'am, I'm sure it's 2, ma'am.
You're sure it's 2. Who else is sure that it's 2?
Me, ma'am, I'm sure
It's
too.
It's 2. And who
it's
thinks
2, ma'am.
who think it's 2? Who thinks
Me,
it's
ma'am, it's Limuel. 2.
you also think it's 2? You're not sure if it's 2.
I am sure that is 2, ma'am.
Okay, do we have people who still think it's 2? Or everybody else is sure that it's 2? I'll just... Yeah, the answer is 2 because when you're having this, I remember somebody mentioned about canceling a 0 and canceling the 0. This is where you do it, because there's 0 here and there's 0 here and you're dividing. You can just cancel the zeros, ne? And somebody having the mic unmuted, and I don't like that. Jay, same thing. I said we are canceling the zeros from the back of the numbers, okay? So we have a 0 here, we have a 0 here. We can cancel it. We have a 0 here, we have a 0 here. We can cancel it. We don't have a 0, we don't have a 0, so we can just leave it like this, okay? Now we are dividing 18 with 9, okay? Which is the same as 1,800 divided by 900, okay? It's same thing, né? When you cancel the zeros from the back and there's like a division in between, it's okay. It's it's allowed to do that, né? To make things easier, né? Okay, and what's gonna be the answer, Lemuel?
It's gonna be 2, ma'am.
It's going to be 2. Do we have somebody who thinks it's not gonna be a 2?
Ma'am, I'm sure it's a 2.
Thank you for being sure. That's cute. Let's go to 5. 5 says 5 is, please make sure, Kwanda, that your mic is muted all the time. Kwanda, make sure that your mic is muted. I don't want to remove you here. Don't push. I have to wait. Okay. Okay. Sure that your mic is muted. If you're not saying anything that's related to what we are doing here, please make sure that your mic is muted. Because I'm this while you're you don't want that is share the screen, guys. I'm sorry. You guys,
Ma'am, I cannot see the screen.
Ma'am, I also can't see the screen.
you see, Charisma, are you able to see?
Ma'am, I'm able to see.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now we have 5A. I'm not sure if you're going to have enough time to do everything. So I'm going to skip if I think that you guys understand what is it that's required from us. We have A and God's grace. What are we going to do here firstly?
I know that when we've got 4 and addition in brackets, we do the mathematical order. That's the sum, the problem that's in the brackets first. So hence why I said sometimes it could be brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So by me, I would say 5 plus 4 plus 5, which is 9. Then 9 times 8, ma'am, it will be, hold on.
Perfect. The final answer doesn't really matter. In our case now, but when you're writing, it's gonna matter. So I just wanted to get the procedure of how you're gonna do it, and it's absolutely correct. So you're going to work with whatever that's in the brackets first. So you're gonna what do we call? We're gonna first we're gonna first deal with whatever that's in the brackets, and then after that you would have removed the brackets, and then after that you're going to focus on the um other sign. So here we only have multiplication, so that means it's going to be 4 plus 5, which is 9 multiplied by 8, and then you're gonna get your answer. Did you get your answer? That's great.
Yes, ma'am, it's 72.
72. Perfect. Now let's move to B Butlali. B Butlali, what are we not B Butlali, but Butlali, what are we gonna do on our B? What's the procedure?
Ma'am, we're going to start by solving what's in the brackets, which is 15 plus 35. You're gonna get an answer of 50, and then you're gonna take that 50 and divide it by 5, and then you're gonna get an answer of 10.
Perfect. So the answer here is going to be 10. Now, do we have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
No. C, Charisma, how are we going to do this?
Ma'am, I'm still calculating.
Okay, you don't need to calculate. See, we have run out of time. We need to be gone soon. I just want you to tell me what is it that you're going to do first.
Ma'am, you're first going to say 8 divided by 4. Then you're going to get your answer. Then you're going to say times 6. Then you're going to get your answer. And then you're going to then you're going to subtract it with 7.
Perfect. Butlali, what is it that you are going to do if you had to calculate for this? What is the first thing that you're going to
do? Ma'am, for C, ma'am.
Yeah, we are on C.
Ma'am, I would.
Ma'am, I think I have the answer.
Ma'am, I would say.
Just
Me too, ma'am.
Okay, just hold on, guys. Let's wait for Butlali. Let's not interrupt others. Yeah?
I would say 8 divided by 4, which equals to 2. Then I would say 6 times that 2 equals to 12 minus the 7. You're going to get an answer of 5.
Okay, cool. The other two who that wanted to answer, what were you going to say, guys?
Ma'am, it's the same thing.
Same thing. Perfect. I'm afraid we're gonna have to. Okay, let's try to do this last one. We don't want the answer. I just want you to tell me what is it that you're gonna do first when you're answering the question. Lemuel, what is it that you're gonna start with? Okay, whoever wants to try it. Who is it? I think somebody was trying
Ma'am,
to
we're going to first do the sum that's in the bracket. So 100 minus 75, we get the answer. Then we multiply the answer by 2, we get our answer. Then the other answer, we plus it, we add it by 57, we get our answer, and then we minus it by 8, and then we get our total answer.
Perfect. And I love the confidence. Okay, cool, guys. Do we have any question with regards to what we did today? No question. Okay, cool. If there's no question like this, we will talk. I mean, we will meet next time, ne? You must make sure that you enjoy the rest of your holidays before you go back to school, ne, guys? And